Hello, this is Oliver again, bringing you guys game 2 against Ruby on Guardian, with me playing as Prism. Uh, I took out some extra heralds that I didn't think I needed for this game, so making my draws a little bit better, hopefully. So this opening hand is pretty good, in my opinion, with the Herald Erudition and Blinding Beam. I can probably get this in if he blocks, if he tries to Phantasm it, but depends on what he blocks with. He blocks with an Emergent Dominance, which means I can't Blinding Beam it. So then that kind of ruins my turn. And just Arsenal pass, in my opinion. Can't really do anything else. At least I get to save the Command and Conquer for the next turn. Just good classic Command and Conquer pressure. Here I opt to put the Blinding Beam in Arsenal, mostly because it's instant. So if I get disabled or CNC'd back, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. All my cards, they're invisible, so I have to ask him to flip them. Lagging like normal. He plays an Emergent Dominance, which is kind of scary for me. Makes me want to. Depends on what I draw in my hand, honestly. We'll see in a bit after I speed this up. Okay, so Blinding Beam, Glisten, Celestial Cataclysm. I'm probably still gonna go with the Command and Conquer pressure. Mostly because I can't really do anything else. I opt to use my Halo here to try and draw into something more defensive. The double Blinding Beam is not too great, but it does help against Dominate. But I was hoping to draw into something better. Just the Seymour cards. Put Blinding Beam on the bottom, mostly because it's still a useful card. I would like to draw it later. Draw another card. And then here I just play Command and Conquer. Probably could have played this turn a lot better, in my opinion. Maybe kept the Blinding Beams because I know it's a Dominate and I don't have to gamble on what I draw. But at least it will set me up for the next turn, hopefully. So here's CNC for 6, just classic CNC pressure. I keep the Glisten in my hand. I pitched the Celestial Cataclysm to keep the Glisten, mostly because I am ready to create a Spectral Shield the turn after, then I can Glisten it. But it totally depends on what he plays and how many cards I'm left with. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm a very greedy player. So he blocks for 6. That's 2 cards out of his hand. Made a misplay there. Should have used the boots. He will change it very soon. There you go. This hand that I draw in isn't amazing against the dominate attack, so I'm a little bit scared here. He ends up going with a Spinal Crush for 12 dominate. Here I'm trying to think whether if I can play Merciful Retribution and Glisten it on the same turn. I can't math, and I decided to not block, but thankfully Ruby let me take that back, and I mitigate 3 to damage, and I just play Merciful Retribution next turn. Yeah, I'm bad at math. Yeah, here's where I realized that I should have just blocked 3, and he lets me take it back. Such a nice guy. So here, just play Merciful Retribution, swing in for 1. Then pass turn. Getting that aura down early is pretty important in my opinion. That and Otarath, these are the auras that win you the game. All that chip damage will eventually add up over time. So here I draw my 3rd Blinding Beam, and I'm not too enthusiastic about it. But I just decided to just use all of it here, or both of my Blinding Beams here, just because I don't want to keep the Blinding Beam in my arsenal. And then I can just, with this current hand, I can just pressure with Command and Conquer again. Yeah, the fact that he didn't dominate this attack, just so that he can arsenal the next card, or the current card in his hand, probably means that he's going to go for something big. So I just want to CNC and try to put some pressure on. So -6, so take 2. Not too bad, just mitigating some damage. Yeah, I have my life counter over that end turn button because I hate pressing it. So here's just CNC for 6. Classic pressure. And then I was wrong. It was a Remembrance. It's not too bad in my opinion, because he is going to be letting in 6 damage, I believe. But I was hoping to mess around with this turn a little bit more. Can't always be right. Trying to guess what they're doing. Doesn't put back too many threats. At least he didn't put back any Crippling Crushes, which is nice. So he takes 6 there. Draw up. Then he Crippling Crushes me back. Didn't dominate, so I'm going to guess that last card is going to be a big attack. I can't really block efficiently here to stop the cripple or the crush effect. So blocking for 10 using the whole hand is completely fine. That is my last Command and Conquer, and it's kind of sad to see it go, but it is what it is. I think that's my second Herald Erudition as well in my first pummel. So all my little tricks gonna be gone. Yep, here I just block for 10. Take one. Tunic, swing back for 1. Obviously gonna take it. Draw up. Here's my third Erudition. Here's a Dominate. And it was a Crippling Crush. So this is coming in for 11 Dominate. I can't stop the crush effect, so here I have to take 8. Gonna block and then play the Glisten. So under pitch, so I can get my whole hand out, and then I'm just gonna Glisten the Merciful Retribution. And then I'll just swing in for 5 next turn. Not too bad, because I don't really have anything to go again anyways. That's 2 Crippling Crushes, 1 Remembrance, which means not too many more threats. Maybe like some Spinal Crushes, Righteous Cleansing that he put back with Remembrance. You're just swinging for 5. Let's see if he blocks any. I don't remember. Lost for 3, takes 2. Here, my hand is okay. I can block with I can pretty much block with everything, and then just arsenal the Smear Somersault. So let's see what he plays. Trying to figure out if he wants to dominate his next attack. If it is dominated, yeah, I don't really have a choice. I just block and try to make a Spectral Shield, I guess, but I think he's trying to decide whether or not to. Alright, so no dominate. Comes in for, I don't remember what that card is. Disable for 9. I don't really have anything in my arsenal, so I'm pretty sure I just take 3 here. Just block for 6. And then make a Spectral Shield, and then arsenal the Smear Somersault. Start getting more value out of my Spectral Shields. There it is. Block for 6. Take 3. Swing back for 6 next turn. Here I'm just lagging a little bit. That card is going to fly everywhere very soon. Whee! Alright. So Spectral Shield. Swing for 5 and then 1. Yeah. Jake's a nice guy. Brings the card back for me. Thank you. They full blocks that attack. Kind of makes me think he just wants to kill that aura next turn. Which kind of makes arsenaling the Springboard Somersault a little bad, but lets me set up a little bit. Or whenever he tries to dominate the next attack. Yeah, he must be trying to decide whether or not this card is worth arsenaling. Alright. I think that's a one show time. Pretty decent hand, in my opinion. Alright, let's see what it reveals off of the Blessing Deliverance. An Emergent Dominance. So I should expect that next turn. Okay, so he kills my aura here. Here I'm trying to decide whether I want to play the Ode to Wrath at instant speed. There's a few things I can do. Play the Ode to Wrath instant speed, get 1 extra damage in, or save the Ode to Wrath and then try and get go again on my Spectral Shields. I kind of misplay here. I decided to just let the aura die. And then I played the Ode to Wrath as an attack reaction next turn. There is a way of playing the Herald Protection yellow with Tunic. I do have enough resources. But I know that he has 6 power attack, so if I do, then he wouldn't be able to play the Emergent Dominance, looking back at it. If, depending on whatever he blocks, or however he blocks. I don't think I'm threatening enough for him to block everything, so maybe not playing the Herald Protection and keeping the counter on Tunic is a better play. So here I make a shield from the from Prism. Yeah, like I said, this isn't the best play. I could have played the Herald Protection instead. He declares no blocks. Go to attack reaction. Yeah, so here I'm floating 1 extra. So if I just pitched the blue and then played the Herald Protection afterwards, could have gotten 1 more card out of his hand, but it's whatever. Yeah, so if I did play the yellow Herald Protection, he would have Phantasmed it. Wouldn't be able to play the Emerging Dominance. But hindsight's 2020. Alright, so I draw 2 of my Soul Shields here. It's pretty good for the next dominating attack, but I can only play one of them since I have Spring Reverse Somersault in Arsenal. Here I'm trying to play Genesis at the end of his turn, put 1 Soul Shield in because I can only use 1, and create special or draw a card. Don't create a special shield because it's not a illusionist card. That is kind of bad. Yeah, I accidentally threw it with the Wrath. Okay, so here we go. Playing the Genesis at the end of his turn, pitching the blue and using Tunic. Goes my turn, counter back on Tunic. Yeah, since I can only use 1 Soul Shield, I decide to trigger Genesis, draw a card. And unfortunately, I don't draw into a yellow, so that kind of ruins my plan. So I have a couple options here. Just pitch the Soul Shield to activate Prism, or Hot Dream Reverse, play the Herald Protection, and try and strip 1 extra card out of his hand. Because I definitely want to go wide with all my auras right here. Yeah, unfortunately I can't keep the Soul Shield for the dominant attack. So Pot Dreamers start the attack with Herald Protection for 5. Strips 2 cards out of his hand or 1 armor block, which allows my auras to get in for some damage with Ode to Wrath. Just checking my graveyard. Just noted I used 3 CNCs and 3 Eruditions already. It blocks for 5. No on effect. Then I just swing in 1 at a time with my auras. Easy 8 damage. Evening up the life totals a little bit. And I'm going to be having a 5 card hand versus his 3 card hand, so should be okay. Drawn 2 Phantasmaclasms. It's whatever, not too big of a deal. Because I can cycle out with Sink Below. Comes in with a 14 Dominate Crippling Crush. So the Sink Below and the Spring Reverse Somersault, that's 8. And then I can make a Spectral Shield that is 11 total, so I won't get the crush effect. Just trying to see if it's worth cycling out or what I want to cycle out with Sink Below. Yep, go to reactions, cycle out one of the Phantasmaclasms. draw into my next soul shield, which is, or my third soul shield was kind of hilarious. So here I'm blocking for 10 currently. Pitch. Blocking for 11. And that's that. Taken care of. Third crippling crush, no big deal. Nothing to pay into, so I'm gonna put that soul shield into arsenal. Going to trigger Genesis, just create a special shield with Phantasmaclasm, nothing else to do with it. Taking one more for the Ode to Wrath. So, very good position. Decently even life totals. I have 2 auras on the field. So your Spinal crushes me. I'd make a play mistake here. I should just save the Soul Shield. There's no reason for me to use it here. I was just thinking, these heralds are pretty strong. I should probably keep them, but I already bought my Dream Weaver, so honestly, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to play them. So this is a misplay. I can already generate stuff with Genesis to put in my soul, so I didn't really need the extra soul. But it's whatever. Here I'm gonna play Glisten as an attack reaction. Then all my stuff will go again. Just trying to get in some easy damage while I can. I don't trigger Genesis on this turn because there's no guarantee. Well, I can't put Phantasmify and then draw a card because it's not a light card. And I can't put Glisten in because I want to use the Glisten. So no Genesis trigger. Here I play Glisten as attack reaction. He takes 5+1. Genesis. Blocks for 1. Effectively 2. Pass a turn. So this current hand that I'm looking at has Glisten. Definitely want to play that. It doesn't have a lot of yellows, so I have to keep the Genesis and the Glisten. So here he dominates. And then Righteous Cleansing. 10 dominate. I'm just trying to mitigate as much damage as possible here. So I'm just going to create a Spectral Shield, block with boots while I have the one floating. Probably not needed, but yeah, I just want to be efficient with my resources. Not the best play, but since he's still getting with the crush effect, and then my boots are popped, and it's pretty bad. But yeah, I'm just thinking. This is block for 3. Make special shield. Boots. Blocks for 5. Still get the crush effect. Not too great of a play. But it's not like I use the boots anyways. Yeah, I should probably save boots for when I actually do need the block crush effect. I'm just gonna speed it up while it decides. Put Sink Below into my banish zone. Makes me kind of sad. So here I have a gamble of putting Genesis in, using the Genesis trigger to draw a card and make a special shield. I don't know what he put on top. So if he put a red on top, then I can still use my Tunic. Thankfully he put a yellow, so I can still make another spectral shield, or I can still play Glisten and have go again on my stuff. There's the Glisten, +3, so coming in for 8. Takes 1 more from Ode to Wrath. Here he's trying to figure out why it's 8 power when I have 7. I'm not clear with my dice, but it's base power 1 plus 7, which is 8. Walks to the Crater Fist, that's nice. Alright, so he keeps most of his hand. Makes me think another big hit's coming. Nothing of note here, just last ditch effort, choke slam, and then a debilitate or disable. So floating 2 mana. Obviously a pummel play. Just gonna block for 9 plus 1 with the special shield. If he does have pummel, then I just bend into Prism to make a special shield and effectively take 1 more damage than I would have if I blocked with everything. So yeah, I'd rather him play the pummel here so I can play around it. Otherwise he would just hold it. Kind of the same deal as game 1. Yeah, so I can't completely block if he pummels it. I can't, as a red, I can't completely block everything, so I was thinking of using Tunic, but it's fine. Block for 10 total. On a pummel, I used my last card to spin into Prism. I'll take 2 here. And I could just swing back for 8 next turn. thanks to Glisten. Thankfully, I didn't spread my Glistens. Stacking them onto one aura is pretty nice, but it does make it a lot easier for your opponent to deal with it. I just moved a soul to banner something because I forgot to do that when I made a soul or made a spectral shield. I think I forgot to do that for another one, but overall it shouldn't matter. Yep, strip 3 cards out of his hand. He's probably going to swing into it next turn. So here I have another Glisten, so probably just going to play that next turn. I do have a Herald of Ravages that I'm going to be putting into my soul. Make another Spectral Shield. Here I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to play the Merciful Retribution. But I think it is better for me to keep my cards, because so I can get the go again and also play Glisten next turn. Yeah, sadly my 8 power aura is gone, but it's fine. So here I trigger Genesis, Herald of Ravages in. Got a Sink Below, which is nice. More defense. It's pretty obvious. Glisten has attack reaction. But still can catch them unawares if they're not paying attention. So I opted to put it on the Genesis rather than a Spectral Shield, because the Spectral Shield, it's going to be hard to keep Spectral Shield up at this point. Plus I want him to attack into an aura so I can soak more damage. Yep, make another Spectral Shield. Just for that extra damage. Then Arsenal the Sink Below for good measure. Decently defensive, but the thing to note here is the Merciful Retribution. If he tries to pop my Spectral Shields, then he'll die. He comes in for 8 dominate here. I can block for 6 and have the 2 Spectral Shields pop. Hold on, can't block for 6. Block for 4. Yeah, sorry, whoops. And then I should still have enough left over to play the Merciful Retribution. Just recalculating, just make sure I didn't mess up. It's currently blocking for 6. The 2 Spectral Shields will pop. Then I'll be taking 2 and still alive. That's what I was trying to count. Yeah, and then I play the Merciful Retribution. And that should be game. Yep. 2 shields pop, 2 arcane damage to him. Doesn't have anything to block it with. And that is game 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that as well. There's no game 3. Oh, we didn't play anymore after this. But thanks for watching. See ya.